Alrighty, so welcome. Today we're going to do a quick video about some Black Friday deals and things that are worth looking at. Some of them, just to be super clear, have commissions and some of them don't. The links below in the description will tell you whether they are with or without commissions, and you can choose to click which ones you want, or all of them or none of them. But basically I'm doing this because I think they're useful bits of technology that I think warrant being shown. They're not sponsored in any way, so whatever you choose to go with, that's because you choose to go with it. So it's definitely not something where I've been paid or anything to say what I think is useful. So having said that, the first thing I've got up for you to look at is basically this mixer, if you want to call it like that, kitchen mixer. It's of KitchenAid. The reason I've put this up is, well, one is the one we've got and we use, and we arrived at this, I think, after about changing 4 or 5 different like robots for the kitchen, or that's how they call them. Most were okay when you were doing simple things. Then they started to either heat up a lot or make a lot of noise or break when you started to like mix more, let's say, heavy duty things. So for example, if you were doing a pizza mix, they would struggle, and at the end they basically broke. So we arrived at this. It's a KitchenAid. They've got loads of different colors. To be honest, I think you can just go with the color you prefer. The models are all the same. The uniqueness about them is the fact that they're very powerful, not too noisy, and they're able to really mix anything. I've not found anything so far that creates a problem or that gives you some issues when you try to use them. We do pizzas, we're Italian, obviously we do pizzas easily, mixes for pizzas, quite heavy doughs, bread type mixes, so it really is a good product. This one's actually on a Black Friday deal. I don't know if it is in every country, you need to look, so just click the links and go and have a look at what you think of these. These are really, really good products. As I said, we use it, and you can tell that's quite a high rating for a product on Amazon. Next one, still kitchen, Ninja. It's another brand that we truly love. I discovered these some time back with, and I haven't put it in the list, but it was like how would you say it? A blender, probably is the right word. And it was really good, a bit noisy, but it really did the job. So then I was like, well, this is a good brand. Probably you can make some good stuff with this. So I tried getting this one that you see here, Ninja Foodie Max. When you see multifunction cooker, is because Ninja basically has this as a peculiarity. They tend to enable you to basically do lots of different things with a single product. So this thing can do air frying, it can do pressure cooking, it can do oven effect, so you can do proving of mixes for pizza, you can do searing as if you're using a pan. Yeah, you can literally do anything with it, and we found this to be really, really good. I was on the market looking for a pressure cooker. I didn't want the ones that you put on an induction plate because they tend to be super expensive. You could, to be clear, you would spend about what this one costs just to get an induction safe pressure cooker. So I was looking for that. It turned out that this was also a pressure cooker. You see, it's one of the first things it says. But then it does a whole load of other stuff like air frying. We had the slow cooker, but it wasn't working so good. So this does also slow cooking. It grills, and it just is an outright solid product. We've been using it now for 2 years and haven't looked back really. Works really well. All intuitive. The display If you zoom in on it, yeah, you can see it here. You really get everything at a glance. It tells you the mode you're on, tells you what temperature it's at, tells you how long it's been going for. It even has keep warm on most of them, so you don't even need, we used to have a kind of like a tray for buffets where you'd put the food once it was cooked to keep warm. With this, you don't even need that. So in fact, we got rid of that as well. So where a lot of multi like processing things and multi this and that, these Ninja ones are really good. So again, Ninja Foodie Max, totally swear by it. Really, really good. You can choose different liter volumes. It's up to you which one you go for. 7.5. I think there's a 5 and I think a 9 or something like that. But the thing you want to look at is that it's got the 14 functions. So that's another really good product. Another Ninja. This is pretty cool. So we had this like toaster grill that would open, and it was a Philips with a really smart system that would tell you based on time and temperature if the thing you had in it was cooked. This one went one step further, and in fact this ended up being the replacement of that one. Has also a thermometer gauge that goes in. You can see it there on the bottom right. It's very, very cool. You can put that straight into the food you're cooking. It knows what temperature needs to be there. So for example, if meat, you know you want it rare, medium rare, etc., it will tell you and it will switch itself off when that food's ready. So this has really turned out to be amazing. It's another multi-cooker, if you like, because it's 6-in-1. It's an air fryer, it's a grill. Doesn't produce smoke at all. I don't quite know how it does it, but I've literally never seen smoke come out of this. We use it as an outdoor grill, so it's on the balcony. We literally keep it out there all year. And we can cook burgers on it. If you want to do a barbecue, we're in a condominium, so you can't really do stuff with smoke. So this literally just cooks amazingly. We've done chickens, does also, what's it called, air frying. So for example, we air fried chicken with it and it works really, really good. Another solid product. Again, look for the one that says Max 6-in-1. There is another thing that is called outdoor grill. Don't confuse it with this product. It's an indoor / we use it, as I said, on the balcony. There are also outdoor versions of Ninja. They've done like a kind of barbecue, but be careful because that one does release smoke. And so if you're in a condominium context, you need to look at the bylaws of that condominium, but you probably can't use it. But this is amazing. As long as you're not outside under the rain, clearly it's an indoor product. If you use it on a terrace or a berceau or a patio or something where you're protected from the elements, it's fine. So this is another really solid product worth looking at. This is one where I've literally put the website of the company because, to be honest, some products are fine to get on Amazon, I think. Some is just better to buy them from the original companies. So DeLonghi, it's an Italian brand, makes coffee machines. We used to have like a little DeLonghi, the espresso maker one, the one where you would just, the mocha basically, you would put the coffee as you would conventionally put it in the mocha and it would gurgle up and come through and you would drink it like that. But then if you wanted to do anything else, you'd have to kind of, I don't know, froth up the milk or do other things like that. This machine here is called a Super Automatica, which means completely automatically it will do what you click on the menu. So you can see probably here, you can notice there's an image of the screen. That literally is an active touch screen. You can decide what you want to make and it'll make it. So for example, if you want a cappuccino, I have that in the morning. You put the milk in the milk frother on the left. You put the cup specifically for it. We bought the Nespresso machine cups of the different sizes because we like them more than the DeLonghi ones. And you literally put them under there and the machine will do everything, and then it'll even guide you on how to clean it. You can see I think they've put a 36% discount on, so most people are doing Black Friday deals either starting this week or a bit next week. I really haven't centered this on the deals themselves because I think every country has its own thing. But this one, for example, is discounted and it's a really, really good machine. It goes from, if you like the idea, because it needs to be something that you like, if not, there's no point. And that is from bean to coffee, which means this machine grinds the beans directly in the hopper, which is on the top. You can actually see an image of it here. It grinds the coffee in the hopper, and then that coffee will turn into the actual drinkable coffee from the other end, all automatically. So that's a very good product. We've had this now about a year and a half, and we use it regularly either for espressos, cappuccinos, or other things like that, lattes. And you can take my word, you know, Italians, we're a bit fussy about coffees and cappuccinos not being done right. This machine does them right every time. You can even save profiles, so if different members of the family like different levels either of coffee strength or length of coffee in the espressos, or proportions between milk and coffee in the cappuccinos, you can save them, and then you kind of log in with your profile, and you then end up with with the coffee how you want it. So that's a very good product. Then what else have we got here? Here's another good one if you're in for cleaning, but cleaning in a way that at least takes the hassle out of the big cleaning. So let's not fool ourselves. These machines do not clean to a level where you can say, I'm not going to ever clean again. That's not possible. They're very, very good for maintaining cleanness, or very good for taking the big amount away. So for example, if you get a lot of dust forming, these machines are great because they'll pass, they'll pick it up. This one also does washing. We never use it for that because the floor we've got is a artificial parquet, so I wouldn't suggest putting the water version, which is, you see this large mop type thing. That's going to leave water down, and if you've got delicate floors, I wouldn't trust it for doing that. But it's very, very good for hoovering up dust, crumbs, whatever remains around. We've got a dog, tends to leave hair in the summer. This type of machine is really good for that, and it will go around, it maps you the first time the apartment or the house or whatever it is. It then understands what the things are. You can name them on the map that it generates, and then you can schedule it and it'll go off and do its own thing. So we have it run on Monday to Sundays, excluding the Tuesday because there's already a cleaner anyway, and basically it will do its thing and it will keep the house clean. There are lots of these around. There's some from other brands. We had a Dyson one, which cost nearly twice as much as this one. And to be honest, it wasn't a successful purchase at all. The software wasn't very good. So we went with this one, which is Roomba, is like in Europe, one of the most known brands for automatic hoovers. There are newer ones. So if you think this one's maybe not for you, there are other ones that even do more advanced washing, specific for pets. But to be honest, this one's done its thing and we like it. I've put you on Amazon because, again, from the Roomba website, the checkout process, I tried to do it when I wanted to get it, wasn't so straightforward. I actually gave up on the checkout and then ended up doing it on Amazon. So yeah, if you want to get it on Amazon, that's a pretty good product. Tech-wise, this is another really interesting one. You can see I purchased this one through Amazon. The last purchase, Feb 25. I had what's it called, an Amazon Eero, and I really found it problematic when you've got a lot of devices. So the Amazon like Eero products are very good as long as you've got a lower amount of devices on the network. We've got nearly everything is nowadays either Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, or mesh enabled and controlled. So we can easily in this apartment probably have about 50 to 60, let's call them smart devices, or anyway, let's call them devices that connect in one way or the other to the network. And so we went with this one, which is an ASUS ROG, so Republic of Gaming. It's a very specific router. I would say don't get fooled by the image. It looks quite small. I've got it in my study. It's about this big. So it's quite a big router. It's got very large antenna. It has excellent coverage for network, and it has an absolute pristine management of the admin console. So everything to do with configuring the Wi-Fi. So it's a free band Wi-Fi. Can dedicate one specifically to 6G, does the 5G, does the 4G, 2.4. It even does Wi-Fi 7. You can activate it. To be honest, one thing that I'll save you some time on is don't bother, because like 99% currently of devices, including quite expensive Macs and iPhones, do not even recognize the Wi-Fi 7 network. So for example, on this one, I've left it active just because my son's got a few things that do use Wi-Fi 7. Literally 4 devices in the whole house actually see even the Wi-Fi 7 network. So if you want a solid network and you want LAN as well, this guy's got also LAN cables. Absolutely amazing admin console. Remote dial-in, so you can actually connect to it from remote. It's got a really good native app. It's just one hell of a product. And again, I didn't get it straight off the ASUS website. I bought it on Amazon. When I bought it, it was about €800. So this has gone quite down because the median price is given it at $575. I'm seeing there. Now it's at €509. So €509. That's a very, very good price for a product like this. I can guarantee you will not find any problem with devices dropping off or issues, even as guest Wi-Fi's with generation of let's say passcodes just for the day. It's really, really good. So amazing product. Another one that I think is very useful. I wouldn't know if there's a discount on them. They typically don't have discounts on. You can get them from Amazon, but things of security, I would strongly suggest buying from the original brands. So AirTags from the website being one of them. Very, very good for tracking devices that you might lose easily. So for example, let me see if I've got it in my pocket yet. I've got AirPods Pros, and you can see there's on an AirTag on there, and that is because maybe I misplaced them somewhere. I don't know where they are, or just simply they fall somewhere, like in the sofa. You can make them ring. You can use them to find where they are. They even work outside the house. Pretty good device. They don't cost that much. I think they're €29 or something around like that. But anyway, if you go on the Apple website, you'll see what it's all about. And these you can have accessories like, in my case, the keyring holder. In other cases, you can put them like in the wallet. I've got it here, but I've got one of those minimalist wallets with just basically the AirTag and the cards in it. Moving on, another piece of really, really good smart technology is the 8 Sleep. Now, I don't know if you've ever heard of this. F1 pilots use it. It's absolutely amazing. What it is like how could you call it? An air conditioner for your bed that does both. So if you're someone that sleeps and is always shivering from the cold, this guy will heat up your side of the bed. If you're someone that's like me, is always hot and struggling with being, like sweaty and stuff, it cools down to up to 10 or 15 degrees below the temperature of the actual room. So it's nearly more effective, I would say, than air conditioning. We have air conditioning, but then you have the problem that if, like us, me and my wife, I'd be the one that's always hot and I need cooling down, and my wife's always freezing and she's always asking for triple covers. This thing is absolutely amazing. It can detect, it's also a smart tool, so it can detect things like, are you breathing okay, are you snoring, things like, are you doing different sleep cycles in the right way. It will score your sleeping. It's just a really good health smart device. It's a bit on the expensive end, but for example here I'm just seeing there's the Black Friday deal. That's €700 off. That's a fair bit of a discount. I paid this, I think when I got it was about just shy of €4,000. It's very, very valid though as a product, and it's basically a cocoon that goes over your mattress. That cocoon then has water circulating in it, and that water enables you basically to either cool or heat, as I said, the person. They've now added an accessory that I wish there was when I bought it, which is the cushion also has a cover, so you can actually, it's amazing, you can actually cool or heat your cushion with different variables depending on how you sleep. It also has a really good app, tells you a lot of data. It syncs with Apple Health, so you can sync anything to do with with anything to do with with sleep statistics. Yes, as I was saying, I just stopped a sec because I had to really put drops in my eyes. Very good device, works very well. They have different sizes, so if you're worried about the bed size, they've got all the different sizes. And it comes from America. I think they have a European warehouse. I don't know about time of delivery because this, I got it before all the different tariffs and things were kicking off, so I wouldn't know now if this has some particular circumstances around pricing and time to delivery, but this is a very, very good product, and I sleep on it every night. And the reason I can tell you it's very effective is sometimes I travel for either work or for medical visits and stuff to do with my eyes. I might sleep in a hotel, normally quite good ones, and I never manage to sleep in the mattresses there. I mean, even the ones that have got good mattresses. So yeah, this product is it's a lifesaver if you struggle to sleep. On to the next one. This is another particular one. I found this out reading about burnout, stress, cortisol levels. This video isn't the right one to go talking about this type of stuff. But if you've got this type of problem, stress, anxiety, anything to do with burnout, etc., this is an absolutely amazing product. I read all the documentation there was. I was really pleased with it. I ended up buying it. It's what it does is it stimulates the nerves that are on the neck, specifically something called the vagus nerve, and that has some effects on your health that are very interesting. For example, if you've got pain, you can mitigate pain. If you've got anxiety or things along that line, it can relax you. It's very good for I would say general tiredness. Another very solid product. It's got a very good app, syncs with Apple Health. With medical things, again, I'm not going to say to you, you have to get something if you're not sure about it. My suggestions, do like me, do a bit of research, figure out if the stuff you read is something that you're willing to go with. Do some additional research. Maybe use something like ChatGPT along the line to do some additional research and consolidation. But this is definitely a good product. It's another one that's on Black Friday deal. There's no commissions on this one either. The link just brings you straight to their website. Because again, this I wouldn't suggest getting from like Amazon. I don't know if they have it, but get it directly from there. Another very useful smart device, you can see I've got it on, is it's telling me to stand now, but maybe it can wait a bit. The Apple Ultra Watch. Now I've got the Apple Ultra 1. Works fine. I've had it now, I'd say nearly 2 years, 2 years and a half maybe. Or anyway, as soon as it came out, I waited like a month and then I got it. That was very good. They've reached Apple Watch Ultra now. 3. I don't know the specs of it, but I can tell you the one I've got, absolutely amazing. Very good battery life, very comfortable. A lot of useful parameters that I need for myself. For example, I use it for the what's it called? Steps. Things like the blood oxygen levels, things like the electrocardiogram, things like the ECG. Again, it's not a medical device, it's not that class of product, but you can see in videos of Apple, there's been people who've saved their lives with this. It also has fall detection. Really, really good product. Again, this, you can go look on the website. Apple, to be honest, is not the type of company that's going to do discounts typically, but I will say there is also these devices on Amazon. So maybe what you can do is next week is check out Amazon if they've got some. There was a period that Apple had done a partnership with Amazon, and they had an official store there. That could be a good option to get this product at a good price. Again, if you've got a wrist where it can fit on okay without, driving you nuts or without looking silly, it's a very good watch. You can change the straps with compatible ones. I liked the kind of rugged military sort of style Velcro, and I got this like at 10 euros off of Amazon, the wristband. So yeah, but they've also got nice ones if you want all the fancy colored ones, or if you're into that type of thing. The next thing's urban mobility. So Yamaha, well, it's a brand that everyone knows. To be honest, I even worked for Yamaha at a certain point many, many years ago. I was in the multimedia division. It's a really good brand, like in general. Scooters. So I picked this one up to show you because this is the one I actually have. So the X Max 300, and it's the Tech Max edition. Now, this for urban mobility is amazing. So it's one of the few that has the screen with, you compare it basically with your phone. It has Garmin Street Navigator on it. So if you're like me, that's pretty useless orientation. That's really good. You can find your way easily. Has Bluetooth capabilities, has keyless ignition, has ABS on both front and back wheels. It's just a state-of-the-art scooter. One of the things they say about it is like it's got incredible consumptions, so fuel consumptions, and I can tell you it's absolutely amazing. So I use it, during the week to do certain things where the car's not feasible, and where I need to be able to nip in and out comfortably. And I put fuel when I collected it, and like it lasted me well over a month, and it's like it was still halfway. So very, very good scooter, very comfortable. The 300 stands for 300cc, so it's not an overly exaggerated engine. It's not a too small one, so it's, I think you'll find it as a good tool. At the moment it's on at 7,399. I don't know that you can get any discounts from Yamaha, but if you go to the dealership, they're bound to do them, or give you, like in my case, they gave me a voucher for what was it, the helmet, discount on the helmet, and a few other things like that. Moving on to the next one. So this is still in the context of the scooter. Interphone is a little piece of kit that basically puts in your helmet speakers and microphone. Very, very good both. You compare it with the scooter and the phone, so you can hands-free talk on the phone while you're going. It does have a functionality that I don't personally use, but that's my personal choice. It supports streaming of music, so if you want to listen to music from your phone, you can. I don't see that I would do it and suggest to do it in traffic, because the whole point of being in the traffic is you've got to be careful of the traffic and not turn it into a riding disco. But hey, if music's your jam and you want to put music and streaming in your helmet, you can. The other amazing and very useful thing is it supports also intercommunication between two devices. So if you've got two of these on two separate helmets, you can talk to one another. And these guys up to, I think, 1.2 kilometers, it's bonkers, you can speak. So it could even be people on two different motorbikes, or one on the side of a track and the other one in the track. It's just a really good piece of kit. Charges USB-C, supports iPhones, got its own app. Yeah, really, really good device. And again, I would go straight on the website and have a look. Something that I'm using literally now with you is DJI mic. It's this little guy here. We use it in all our Lego videos and in all these other videos where we need a microphone that's accessible and not causing problems with where to position it. So this setup, for example, that I'm using now, if you could see it from this side round, I'm not going to bother. Another time I might show you a behind the scenes, but you've got a red camera, which is what's literally pointed at me. You've then got a whole host of microphones that are you've got a Sennheiser, shotgun mic, you've got Elgato mics, etc. But all of them at the end have a problem, more or less, of orientation. So if I were to, turn around, talk about something like, oh, this magazine's really cool, and then I turn back, the audio tends to move around or get fade in or fade out because of your distance to the microphone. So if you're not doing a talking head where you're literally always looking at the camera, and I don't do those, but if you're doing different things, these are amazing because they're always at a fixed distance. You can put them with the little fluffy thing on them, or you can put them with the little cone and the wireless straight to the base. The base is connected to what's this called? A Rodecaster Duo. That's literally going in here, and this is where I can, for example, lift the music volume, as you can hear, or lower the music volume and lift and lower, for example, the voice, as you can see. And this gets seen as a audio card directly in the computer. Very nice piece of kit. I've got the previous edition, so the DJI Mic 2, or I can't remember if it's the 1 anyway. It's got a case like this, and then when you open it, yeah, you can see it's got the accessories inside. Very nice piece of kit as well. So yeah, if you like that, this one's on Amazon. You can buy it from the website as well. Sorry, and yeah, take a shot at that. It's a very good piece of kit. Another one that I got recently is this Aura Plus. So this came up in an ad. I've always struggled with monitor setup. I used to have a free monitor setup, but with they were all over 27 or 28 inch monitors. When I started to have the eye problems that I've been having for the last 6 years, those of you who know me, I then had to basically go from that type of setup down to one screen, and even one screen is still today difficult for me to use. So I thought, Mark, could I go to a free screen setup that would let me have the less glare that you get with the laptop screen, the less need to move your eyesight around and focus on different screens. So I got this, and it's a Triple Aero Pro Max, so it sits above my Mac laptop, and it's got 3 screens across like this. I'm not using it in this moment because it would cover the cameras and all the rest of it. Very nice piece of kit, works very well. If you've got a Mac, it's literally USB-C, one cable, so you can see in the middle it shows there's one connector. It's actually really like that. So these guys 1, 2 and 3 are connected between each other, and then you have a single USB-C going into the Mac itself. Very nice piece of kit. There's actually a promo on it. Yeah, in fact, I paid it something more than this. It's now at $527. It's got good reviews on on the website, 4.4. Nice piece of kit, slightly heavy, but again, still portable, folds on itself. If you're in the market for multiple screen setups and you've got a laptop, this is absolutely amazing. Please do double check the resolutions. The ones that were provided in these free screens, for me, frankly, were more than sufficient, because for how I can see, I mean, most of the time it's blurred, so it's fine. Yeah. But again, if you're doing like high-end 3D graphics and stuff, you might want to look into first if that's exactly the type of resolution you want. In any case, that link's also in the description below. Elgato. Now, I've got a ton of Elgato products. They haven't sponsored me, by the way. I've got Elgato lighting, I've got the Elgato capture, I've got the Elgato teleprompter, I've got the Elgato Stream Deck, I've got the Elgato Mini Stream Deck, or the Neo, I think they call it. I've got, the microphone. Like, this is just to show you one. Let's see if I can actually get it now. I can't move it from here. Okay, so I've got the microphone. I use two of the stands for holding cameras. I've got little cameras like this that you can move around. Very useful for doing multi-view when you're either screen sharing, or when you're doing streaming, or when you're looking to show something. I mean, you'll see a lot of these going forward on the channel, because as I clear my setup, I'll be able to show you more things to do technologically. And again, this is a nice brand. They're very creative friendly. So if you're a creator, and these guys have got a lot of really good support. They've got a lot of nice instruments. See, this is the mini stream deck I've got, and this is the big one I've got. They have a different approach to the discounts. They have discounts that start immediately, like, let me show you. Yeah, these ones, for example, are on discount immediately. Then you got some things like this one's immediately. This one's from the 28th. My suggestion, go have a look. There's a lot of very good things. I didn't bother putting links to every single device I've got, because it would have just taken too long. But there's stuff like the lighting's very good. Microphones are very good. The stands are very good. The teleprompter's very good. They've got both a small teleprompter and a large one. So yeah, they just got really good tools. Another one that's really important and that I'm very fond of is Ecamm. The software Ecamm Live is basically a piece of software that is the one I'm using now to record. It enables you to have different sources. Like in this case, you've got a Red 6K camera. You've got the screen share, but like if you look at any of my Lego videos with my wife, you have normally 3 cameras on there running at the same time. It does something a bit similar to the A10 or A10 Mini, that is the Blackmagic video that is currently running. So the Red Komodo 6K that you're seeing now is actually running through, because it has only SDI out, is running through an ATEM, and that ATEM is then going to USB-C, and USB-C is then going into the video input of Ecamm. Ecamm, I don't know if they've got any discounts running. To be honest, even at full price, this is a product I would absolutely suggest getting, because it's just state of the art, very simple to use. It's got a load of configurations. You can really do very quickly, let's call them scenarios or scenes, where you can put components, backdrops, all sorts of stuff. So another very, very good tool. Then last but not least, again, this isn't an exhaustive list of tech. That will probably be in something like a behind the scenes or something like that. But I definitely recommend, and this is the last product, is the Red Komodo 6K. Now, I know a lot of purists have had a bit of argumentations around the fact that Red's now sat under Nikon. Red, in any case, remains Red. So I bought this one because when it was acquired by Nikon, one of the consequences was the price dropped substantially. I mean, these were cameras that would cost $5,000-$6,000 easily when they came out. Then you had to put a whole load of rigging on them. I think I got mine at like €2,800, something like that, which is a steal basically. And these are cinema qualified level cameras. I mean, they're used in things like Netflix films and stuff like that. Very good device. I wouldn't say there's an additional discount on them because of Black Friday, but they're definitely available at a good price. The only thing you have to consider is, are you willing to do a bit of the hassle around, for example, what I told you, which is it only has an SDI out or the possibility to record on board. To record on board requires compact memory, very expensive memory, because the 6K global shutter that is on this camera is using data massively for the imaging. The other reason I went with this camera is something that not a lot of people know or bother looking into, is the fact that normal cameras have what's called a rolling shutter, which is basically the sensor is going through the real image that it's seeing and it's turning it into digital. That, what is called rolling shutter, creates an effect or an artifact that's called a jelly-like view, which is, you can see that some lines will either wobble like this or like this, and it looks really, really bad, I think. This camera's got, as I said, global shutter, which means it does one image and then does the next one and then does the next one, but the whole image. So if you've got a good lens, like I've got on a camera, I've got a Canon 2470, I think it is. The image you get out of this, again, streaming and recording like this, maybe not so high quality, but if you do like video creation, absolutely amazing camera. Small, light, not up in the massive price range of the other red cameras, which are, yeah, you really only can get them if you're into production like type videos. So that was all the ones I thought I'd highlight for you. In the description there'll be the links. For the ones that can have commissions from Amazon, I've put you specifically that it says with commission. For the ones that don't have commission based, then they just don't, so buy it or not, it doesn't create any financial difference to us. The ones with commission, we get a percentage off of the Amazon website. It's called affiliate links. You can choose to use them or not. So if you're happy to support, to help do these videos and to basically enable this type of content and help fellow YouTubers carry on, then use the affiliate link. If you prefer to not do that, then use the other links. You still get to the same product pages. The products are really valid. As I said, not sponsored, haven't been paid to do this. I've just told you some of the products that I think are very worthwhile getting. There are loads of other things like the Remarkable tablets. Actually, that one I might even show you in just a second, because that is a really good device and has saved my skin a lot of times. I wasn't really going to show this one because I was going to explain it in another video more in detail. I've also done an unboxing of it, etc. But in any case, this is an e-ink tablet, and for someone that's got problems with their eyes like I do, the Remarkable 2 isn't backlit, so it only takes the light from the environment. The Pro also is an e-ink, but it's color and it does have some backlighting. The one I've got is the Remarkable 2. You'll see it in one of the videos. It's a very good product, and I think here too there are, yeah, look, it's Black Friday. There's definitely opportunity for for a discount. Really, really good. Maybe check out some fellow YouTuber videos that do some reviews on the actual writing experience. I can tell you, I've got it. It's like writing on paper. I used to do a lot of writing on paper, but then with my site, I couldn't really then find stuff easily. So yeah, in the end, I ended up going with this. So sorry for that last addition. It came to mind right at the end. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to leave any comments or subscribe to see any other content we make, more than happy for that to happen. Patreon's on the way, still working on it, but if you want to join, I'll be putting in the description all the links. If you're into Lego, we do a lot of Lego building reviews. They're going to start coming up in the coming weeks. So yeah, have a wonderful start of the weekend. Soon the weekend, Thursday going for Friday. Enjoy the deals that are around. Don't get hung up on filling the bags of stuff. My suggestions, do like I do, is keep the things you need till when there's Black Friday, and then get those specific things. Hopefully this video has inspired you to think about some of the things that might be useful. Having said that, I wish for you a lovely day or evening depending on where you are, and we'll speak soon again. Thank you. Bye bye.